Hey, fifth grade. For our last artwork that we're going to draw today, add color to next week, is going to be a self-portrait of sorts. And so we're going to think about something that a lot of you love, and that's Legos. And what I'd like you to do is create a self-portrait as if you were a Lego character. So today I'm going to show you how to draw that a little bit. Let's just talk, and I know this isn't finished colored, that's okay. Let's talk about some of the shapes. I think the body needs to be a little bit of a trapezoid. And I'll talk to you about the hands. Don't forget the neck. And remember, this is plastic, so the edges are going to be rounded. Now, my character is wearing a skirt. That's okay. I will show you how to draw the legs as legs. And then you can see some details that I've added to make this look a little bit like me. Okay, I also will show you a couple other Lego characters in a Google slide, and hopefully that will help. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw in pencil, and I'm going to press a little bit hard. The first thing that but you should draw lightly so it's easy to erase if you need to. The first thing I'm going to do is sort of divide up my paper. I'm going to put a line about where that neck needs to be, and then where the waist needs to happen. So it's not quite thirds. This is a little bit more, okay? But then I also want to leave room for the hair. So let's start with the head shape. I've got this neck. And then I'm going to create a rectangle, leave some room at the top. I'm going to create a rectangle that's a little bit wider than the neck. But I am going to round out the edges. Okay, and now that I've sort of lightly put in pencil lines, I'm going to, trace over this with marker so that you can see what is happening on my paper once I find my black marker. Here we go. Sorry about that. And so here's the top. Now, if you're going to add hair over top, you wouldn't want to draw that. And I actually didn't leave enough room for the hair. Ooh. Okay, again, these rounded edges here. And when I get to the neck, I'm just going to come straight down. My face is going to be really simplified. I've got these nice Lego oval eyes. And then with mine, I made lips. You can make a smile. Okay, so there's my Lego face. Now for the body, I'm going to make it a little bit like a trapezoid, where it's more narrow at the top and wider at the bottom. Okay. So there's my trapezoid body. And I should have tried this in pencil first. I think this side is a little bit wide, but that's okay. Make sure you leave room for your arms, either up or down. And I have more room for the arms coming up. Okay. Now for the legs, and I'm also going to leave room for the feet. I'm going to plan those a little bit, and the legs just sort of start under a little. Lego legs tend to be pretty wide. There is a little bit of a gap here so they can bend. And if you want to put shoes on your Lego guy, you can, or if you want to do the Lego feet, like blocks. And I will talk you through these quick lines once I get into my Sharpie here. And I'll show you how to draw those so they look like they are sticking out. Okay, so I've got some pencil sketches happening here. You're like, wait, Miss Seaworth, hold on, Miss Seaworth. Don't worry, I'm coming back. Okay, legs. I've got the edges of the legs that come down. Right, there's a little space in between the legs. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to go across. and I'm going to put 2 diagonal lines because I'm making like a box. So I've got 2 diagonal lines. Flip this around. And I've created a rhombus. And I'm actually creating like a rectangular prism. So there's the front. Sort of looks like a step, doesn't it? Then I need to just connect it to the back. Another diagonal line in the back. Okay, show you the other one. This time I'm going to go out the other way to the left. So my diagonal lines are to the left. Maybe I don't know if it's weird if I draw upside down. And then here's this top rhombus or parallelogram. Here's the front rectangle. Sort of looks like a step or an arrow. And then here's the back. Okay, so there's my legs and feet. And for my arms, whoops, sorry guys. For my arms, I'm gonna come from this shoulder and I'm gonna put a bend in it a little bit. So I'm gonna come from this shoulder. And Lego arms are a little bit wide, so don't make them too skinny. And don't forget to leave room for the hands. And both of mine are going to go up. Sometimes they, we sort of have this angle to them, right? They're bent. A lot of Lego arms are bent. Okay. Here's my bent Lego arms. Whoa! I just threw my marker across the table. Yikes. And again, I want these to be rounded because they're plastic. And maybe the feet should have been a little bit more rounded instead of quite so square. So there's my hands and my arms rather. And let's talk about hands. I'm going to make little wrists. Then I'm going to make 2 U's and 2 C's. So I'll show you real quick in pencil. U, and a C, and a C. A U, and a U, and a C, and a C. Okay. Here's my wrist again. Here's those U's, right? That's the inside part. And you can see how it's sort of floating above it first. Then when I make the C, I'm going to come down to the side like that. So again, above my wrist quite a bit, it's not touching. I've got this U, or like a crescent moon shape. And then I've got the C to connect it. Okay, so this is sort of my standard Lego person. How can you make it look like you? What details can you include? Again, in this one where I thought a little bit more about art teacher Miss Eworth Lego, I put a paintbrush, I put a palette, I've got this funky skirt pattern going on here. I used to have blue shoes like she's wearing. And so you can think about what makes it look like you. If you include hair, which I ran out of room, make sure the hair is like a shape, right? We know with Lego people that hair comes on and off. Okay, I can't wait to see your drawings. Give it a really great try. Draw lightly with your pencil in case you need to erase. And if you have a marker, a black marker, trace those lines for sure. Look at the other Lego images for some ideas and have so much fun. Take a picture, send it to me.